FM 100.9 WCMP, and Bex from on hand here in Pine City. So glad you could join us here for the broadcast of tonight's great game. I say great game, it's going to be a tremendous ball game tonight as the Pine City girls basketball team, who's had a great season to this point, plays host to one of the toughest competitions of the old season, I should say. We're almost to the end of the season, just a handful of games left to go in the schedule. Pine City plays host to the Proctor Rails tonight. Proctor Rails come into the ball game with a 20-2 record. Only 2 losses on the season. 1 loss in conference. They play out of the Lake Superior Conference. They are 6-1 in the Lake Superior Conference to this point. Looking for a run at a conference championship, the Proctor Rails, as each team gets prepared for section play. Pine City comes into tonight 20-1. They are 11-0 in the Great River Conference in our local area, looking for a conference crown of their own. Both teams looking also for seeding as they get closer and closer towards postseason play. Proctor plays out of the 7AA section, while Pine City plays out of 6AA. Pine City really needs this win badly, not only just for keeping up with Sauk Center, Royalton, and Albany, as well as holding for it, as all 5 of those teams, including Pine City, have 18 or more wins to this point. Just an incredible section, a very deep section in 6AA that Pine City is playing in. But Pine City also needs a little bit of an edge as they work their way to the end of the season. Their last matchup of the year is against Sauk Center, who is currently the top team in 6AA. So a little bit of pressure on the Pine City Dragons, even though it's not a conference game, it's not a section game. This could be even potentially a state tournament type of game, as both teams very highly rated in their respective sections. Last year, Proctor was 25-8. They finished 8-0, winning the Lake Superior Conference. They did go to the state tournament, winning their section championship, going on to losing their first round, winning the second game, and then losing in a consolation championship. But nonetheless, a successful season for the Proctor Rails. Last year, Pine City finished 24-6, 12-2 in conference. Their 2 losses both came to Rush City. Rush City winning the Great River Conference, going on to some postseason success. Pine City losing in the section championship to Albany, who went on to dominate the AA field for girls basketball. So both teams looking to be able to have a little bit more success this year. As we wind our way down towards the start of this game, we're going to have the opening tip in probably about a little bit more than 5 minutes here in the Pine City Gymnasium. These two teams, as I mentioned, very hotly contested throughout the course of the year. It should be a great game tonight. They do have a pair of common opponents throughout the season. If you take a look at the schedule, just the 2 losses for each squad. And Mountain Iron Buell is one of the common opponents between Proctor and Pine City. Proctor won against Mountain Iron Buell 61-55. Pine City topped Mountain Iron Buell in a matchup by 66-54. So each team pretty close. Pine City winning by a little bit more of a margin, but not a huge margin overall. As you would take a look at another matchup, Duluth Marshall, Pine City winning that one in a great game, 78-75, in a 3-point ball game. While it was Proctor that ended up winning that game against Marshall 71-61. So a 10-point advantage there for Proctor on that one. Pine City's lone loss of the year came to Hutchinson, a very, very tough 3A school in a Granite City Classic over in St. Cloud, while the 2 losses for Proctor came against Hermantown, a conference opponent, and the other loss coming against Cromwell Wright, who is a solid squad in their own right, but they do play in a smaller conference as they are in the single A section as far as class size goes. They are 20-2 is Cromwell, but still nonetheless a little bit smaller school as far as a comparison. So if you want to take anything out of that, maybe Pine City has a little bit of an edge between these two squads, but it's going to be a very close, very solid ball game between these two squads. We're going to talk a little bit about who's going to have a really good game for the Pine City Dragons, talk about some of the players for the Proctor Rails, and get you your starting lineups when we continue on the pregame here from Pine City on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings, with expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you looking for support for your struggling teen? Introduce them to Treehouse Sandstone. At Treehouse Sandstone, we are on a mission to end hopelessness among teens in Pine County. We provide a safe space for teens to make connections and to talk about what is really going on in their lives. Join us on a Tuesday or Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Treehouse in Sandstone. To learn more or to get a ride, contact us at 763-486-3297 or check out our website at treehousesandstone.org.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
Farming doesn't follow an 8-to-5 schedule. A slow week is 60 to 80 hours. My land, livestock, and family rely on me. That's why I bought farm insurance from Auto Owners Insurance, because every policy comes with a local agent. A real person who lives right in my community, who I can rely on to help keep my farm covered no matter what.
Visit Pine Insurance Agency located in the Northridge Center today.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Here, we listen. We engage. Through every stage of life, we provide compassionate care closely tuned to your needs and concerns. From surgery and physical therapy to specialty care and emergency services, Essentia Health Sandstone provides expert, personalized care for the people of Pine County. Here, we take care of each other. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. Call 320-245-5600 or visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City is your local specialist for all your auto collision repair. Perry's fixes it right the first time. Perry's will take care of all your insurance claims, making it a worry-free experience. Perry's Auto Salon offers state-of-the-art equipment, a downdraft paint booth, expert color matching, computerized frame straightening, and detailing. Towing and rental cars are available, whether it's a little ding or a big bang. Go to the pros at Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City, and you'll be driving home their quality reputation.
Good news! It's home show season. Time to get inspired and make life in your home even better. Great news! You can get $200 off on the revolutionary Kinetico non-electric water treatment system from Aquarius Home Services, your local Kinetico dealer, without even going to the show. With Kinetico, all those rust stains will be gone. No more white scaling or hard water spots. Just sparkling fixtures, softer skin, and drinking water you can trust. The best water of your life all starts with a free water analysis. Visit KineticoMN.com. Aquarius and Kinetico. Brilliantly simple.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom on hand alongside Ethan Gilman here at the ballpark. Getting set for Proctor and Pine City girls basketball as we get the starting lineups announced out to the crowd. Taking a look at the starting lineups for each squad. Proctor is going to go with Sam Pagachnik, Liz Fraze, Sam Parendo, Morgan Nyland, and Caitlin Marnich. As far as their starting lineup goes, Pine City, a little bit of a change in their starting lineup from what they've had most of the year. The Pine City Dragons going with Sophie Lottie in their starting lineup, joining Elena Steele, Lily Wilson, Ellie Haas and Ashley Fowler. Normally it was Meredith Calling, but going with the freshman in the matchup tonight here against Proctor. And talking before the game a little bit with Ethan and with some of the people around here, some of the people that are going to need to be key for the Pine City Dragons in the game tonight do include some of the more, I guess I shouldn't say role players specifically, but some of the players that you don't really look at as much. You look at Ellie Haas and you look at Lily Wilson as some of the very big keys to the success that Pine City has had throughout the course of the season, but they're going to need contributions from players like Elena Steele. Ashley Farr is going to have a pretty good game. The other day, Meredith Calling had a very good game against Foley en route to helping them come back in that ball game to be able to come away with the win. And then, of course, I think that the freshman Sophie Lottie, you want to put too much pressure on a freshman, but at the same time, I think that it's going to take a lot from a player like Sophie Lottie in a game like this to be able to kind of get that little bit of an edge, to be able to secure a victory here against a very tough opponent. Ball out at center. Ball is up. Pagachnik and Fowler to jump it up, and Pine City's going to win the opening tap. They're going to be going from left to right in their home green jerseys with white numerals and trim. Proctor will be defending that direction. Their road whites, green numerals and trim. First shot of the game is up and good. Ellie Haas starts it with a 2-0 lead for the Pine City Dragons. Back they'll come on defense now as Proctor sets up on the far side, and Lily Wilson's going to pick up her first foul just 21 seconds into the ball game. We'll keep an eye on that. We haven't really had very many games where we've run into any foul trouble to speak of. There was a little bit in the boys' game the other night, but it was more so a matter of, I think there was an illness involved, and they are extremely deep, so it wasn't much to worry about. Pagachnik drives down the far side. Left-handed dribble. He's able to put that one up and in. Got past Lottie. She got a little bit of a step. Pagachnik, watching her during pregame, was hitting just about everything in sight. Very, very good shooter. Speaking of shooting, Ashley Fowler launches the first three of the ball game and knocks that one down from beyond the arc. And it's a 5-2 lead for the Pine City Dragons. Ball up top, controlled by Parendo. Over to the near side, now into the corner for Nyland. Nyland gets to the high post, loses her dribble. Off it goes for Moronic. It's going to go out to the far side. Three on the way to tie it. Up and no good, and Haas is going to clear the rebound. I talked about Pagachnik with the three ball on the other side, and Lily Wilson just a little bit too deep on that one. Rebound's going to be controlled by Liz Fraze, and back the other direction it goes now for Proctor. Into the corner for Nyland. Nyland, lob pass inside, it goes now for Marnich. Marnich turnaround jumper, that's up and no good. Rebound controlled by Ellie Haas. Good box out on the backside by Fowler. Haas kicks off for Lottie. Up top, Fowler swinging around the perimeter now for Steele on the far side. They work it inside now for Lottie. Lottie dribbles away from some pressure. Back for Haas. Far side into the hands of Wilson. Wilson on the perimeter. Now near side on the wing. Off it'll go now for Haas. Takes a dribble to the high post. Looking for the reverse pivot. Goes all the way through the paint. Goes up for the shot. Has the ball knocked away on the way to the basket. She was hoping for some contact and a foul call. None will come. It'll be an inbounds on the baseline for Lily Wilson. 16-10 to go here, first half of play. 5-2, Pine City leads it. Steele thought about a three, passed up on it. Hands off for Wilson. Wilson will pass up top now for Fowler. Swing it around over to the far side for Haas. Haas wanted to go up top for Wilson, almost lost it. Wilson able to get it back down to the low block. Trying to get it inside for Lottie. Turnover number one goes against the Pine City Dragons. It'll come back now for Proctor. Ball handoff near side now for Parendo. Gets to the free throw line extended. Over to the near side. Three for Pagachnik. Back iron. That's going to be no good. Long rebound comes out into the hands of Wilson. We get a foul on the backside. Foul is going to be on Liz Fraze. First team foul for Proctor. Mentioned during the pregame that we thought that Pagachnik couldn't miss as she had made every shot she took while we were watching her, and she's missed back-to-back threes now. Off it'll go Lottie. She'll fire away a three. That's going to be front iron, no good. Rebound comes down for Parendo, and they'll start it back the other direction. Quickly up the far sideline on the wide side of the court. Pagachnik into the corner now for Nyland. Nyland surveys the defense. Watch there by Wilson. Reverse pivot goes baseline, then kicks it back out to the far side for Marnich. Marnich inside for Pagachnik. Kicks it right back out. Three on the way for Nyland. That's going to be short. Rebound tapped around. Lottie's going to control the rebound. Lottie mentioned she's going to have a pretty good game tonight for the Pine City Dragons, for the freshman. Ball underneath it goes for Fowler. Almost lost it. Able to kick it out for Haas on the far side. Lost her dribble, but is able to maintain possession. Into the corner, Fowler. Up top for Steele. Thought about a three. Able to get a step into the paint. Try to feed it underneath for Lottie as she got all the way inside and had a good look, but realized that she's only 5'1", and was in the land of the 6-footers, and it was not going to work out well for her. Tried to hand it off, as knocked out of bounds, last touch by Proctor. Pine City will have it. Inside it goes now for Haas into the paint. Tried to kick it back out to the far side. Knocked up in the air, and it's going to be a turnover. Pagachnik got a hand on it and is able to kick that one out. She'll take it away, and it'll be Proctor basketball. Pagachnik over to the near side, goes for the basket, misses it, and it's going to be rebounded by Ellie Haas, and Pine City will start it back the other direction. They like to run. They get it out in front. Steal to the basket, and steal at the layup is good. Back it'll come now for Proctor, near side on the wing, into the hands of Nyland. Trying to kick it up top. It's going to be taken away by Pine City. Fowler back over for Steele. Steele was able to make that takeaway. Up top for Haas. Haas right through the paint. Tries to go to the basket. Runs into Pagachnik, and Pagachnik is going to get called for the foul. Pine City coached by Ted Haas, assisted by Josh Lotz. Rhea Merrick, head coach for the Proctor Rails, is going to be Matt Solberg. His free throws up and good by Haas. That Solberg name might sound familiar. Athletic director Mark Solberg for the Cambridge Asani Blue Jackets. Talked to him a little bit last night during the Pine City Cambridge hockey game we brought to you. Second free throw back iron, no good. Rebound comes all the way out. It's going to be a jump ball. And Proctor's going to maintain possession on that one, but it was a hard rebound that came off the rim. Fowler was able to tie up Marnich. Proctor will work back once again, left to right. Ball over to the near side. Pagachnik goes into the corner, trying to drive inside, and they kick it cross court, and Nyland dribbles it off of the toe. Fraze did a good job drawing the defense, but Nyland just got a little bit ahead of herself, ended up putting it off of her own foot. Back it'll come now. Lily Wilson leading 8-2 with 13:48 to go in the first half. Off for Haas. Skip pass for Steele into the corner. Directing traffic. Gets a screen from Fowler. Gets to the free throw line. Kicks back out now for Haas. Top of the key. Works her way back over to the far side now on the wing. Back to the free throw line. Right up top now for Wilson. Wilson gets to the far high post. Kicks it out to the corner for Lottie. Drives inside. Kick out for Steele on the near side. Three on the way, and that's good. Elena Steele knocking that one down, and Coach Solberg wants to take a timeout. 13:48 to go in the first half. Pine City with the early lead, 11-2. We'll be back here to Pine City on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley is your local food headquarters. They're here and ready to help you and your family put food on your table, only offering the best in fresh produce and the highest quality meats. They are a part of this community, so they care about you and your family and want to see you have the best possible grocery shopping experience. Don't forget about the Daggett's Deli. It's the perfect spot to pick up a quick hot meal. Make Daggett's Fresh Foods your place to shop for the highest quality grocery experience.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand here with Ethan Gilman back in Pine City. 11-2 is the early lead for the Pine City Dragons here in the first half. 13:48 to go, just a couple minutes gone by. Pine City's knocked down a couple of triples and played pretty good defense on the other end. Ball inside. Marnich running the floor, misses the lay-in at the other end. Rebound comes down for Fowler, and Pine City will start it back the other direction. That one was just a matter of Proctor beat him to the other end of the court. Near side Haas enters it in for Lottie. Lottie puts a shot up but was underneath the basket. Hit the bottom of the backboard. Rebound's going to come down to Pagachnik, who'll start it the other direction. Far side on the block. Pagachnik to the rim. Can't get it to go first time. Misses a second one. Rebound comes down for Fraze. She gets another opportunity, and finally Fraze puts it in. Couple offensive boards and a couple of second chance opportunities for the Proctor Rails, and that's something that Pine City's going to have to try to control as we get an and one opportunity as the foul goes against, I believe it goes against Haas on that one. Free throws up and good, so the and one is complete for Proctor. 11-5 as they stem the tide after scoring 2-2. Each got a bucket on their first possession, and then 9 straight points for Pine City. We do not anticipate this to be a blowout type of game for either team. There's obviously that small hope that Pine City is able to dominate this game. Ball inside and a nice shot up by Haas, but she got a little bit too excited and put a little bit too much mustard on it. Parendo clears the rebound and will start it back for Proctor. Ball over to the near side now. Parendo hands off for Nyland, gets it right back. Parendo back for Nyland, near side on the wing. Looking inside for Marnich. She's going to kick it up top. Fraze is going to launch a three. That's no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Lottie. She'll start it back the other direction. Quickly up court for Pine City. Hands off for Steele. Looks over to near side now for Wilson. Wilson, one of the most dominant girls basketball players in the history of Pine City. Been very, very good this year. Gets her way into the paint. Feeds it underneath. Great job being able to draw the defense, but Lottie misses the shot inside. Rebound comes down into the hands of Fraze, and Pine City's missed now 3 shots from in close like that. Back the other direction, and Proctor's able to take advantage and able to get the bucket, cutting the lead now to 4. That bucket was by Pagachnik. She scored the first bucket of the game for Proctor. Has not scored since. Ball over to the near side now. Steele kicks it back door for Fowler. Went too deep with it, and it's going to be a turnover. It was a great idea, but the ball just a little bit too high, and now Colling's going to check into the game and replace Fowler. Calling, a solid player. The last game that we've seen her didn't have a ton of points or a lot of stats in the first half, but played very good defense. The second half, she took over, helping be able to bring Pine City back against Foley. As now Pine City looks like they're dropping back into a little bit of a zone defense. Ball over to the near side, set for Pagachnik. Ball taken away by Lottie. Turnover on the Proctor rails. Back it comes Lottie. Got underneath the basket and was too deep. Tried to turn around and lay it off into the hands of Wilson. It gets knocked away by Proctor, and it'll still remain Pine City basketball. Peyton Rodberg into the game. For Proctor, that is. Rodberg in for Proctor. Calling to the high post. Kicks it back up for Haas. Far side on the wing. Works her way baseline now. Works her way all the way to the basket. Looked across the paint. Nowhere to go with it. Gets her own rebound back. Misses the shot. Lottie with the offensive board. Can't get it to go. Haas with another opportunity. And finally, Haas able to put that one back in. Couple opportunities, and Pine City holding their own on their own offensive glass, but they need to try to control the extra rebounds on the other end as a missed shot is up and no good. And I mentioned the offensive rebounds as Fraze gets her second offensive board of the game. This one is a shot up for Haas, and it's going to be missed, or by Fraze rather, Calling with the board. Back it'll come 3 for Wilson. That's up and no good. Long offensive rebound comes out for Lottie. Lottie able to clear the board. Ball over to the far side into the wing. That shot is up and no good. Nyland clears the board on this one. Ball taken away by Wilson. Wilson right to the basket. Missed the lay-in, though. And Pagachnik with the board will start back the other direction. Inside it goes. Fraze right to the bucket. Can't get it to go. Rebound tapped around. Calling controls the board. Is able to tap it across for Steele. And we get a whistle and a timeout on the court. Kind of almost ragged play, but nonetheless very, very fast play up and down here on the court. 13-7 is the lead for the Pine City Dragons. A 10:08 to go here in the first half. We'll be back on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand, joined by Ethan Gilman. Pine City basketball, girls basketball, 20-1 on the year, putting that record on the court against the Proctor Rails, who are in their own right 20-2. Pine City holds the early edge. Steele gets inside, kicks the ball out. Lottie able to still control it. It was tipped on the way through by Proctor. Lottie up to the wing, over to the near side now, onto the edge. It goes for Haas. Haas looking for an opportunity, trying to be able to get some space. Over to the near side now, Calling works her way, steps up for a jumper. A little mid-range jumper for Meredith Calling, able to get that one to go. And Calling on the board here in the first half. Back it'll come for Proctor. Far side. Nyland, skip pass over to the near side, now into the hands of Pagachnik. Backdoor feed, and wide open on the back door was Fraze. A little bit of a defensive lapse there for the Pine City Dragons. Back it'll come now. Lily Wilson up top. Haas, she'll launch a deep three. That's up and no good. Pagachnik soars for the rebound. Able to put that one away, and back it'll come out for Pagachnik. Into the corner it'll go for Nyland. Nyland, crossover dribble, goes back baseline, misses the shot, and I don't know. I think that it's been one of the tougher nights shooting for Proctor, who is at 20-1, or 20-2 rather. Very, very solid ball club, missing a lot of shots in close. Long rebound comes all the way out. It's going to be a fast break opportunity. Pagachnik's going to lay it in at the other end. Pagachnik got that one on the run, and he missed three. Up top it goes. Haas will fire another one away, and Haas can't keep a good girl down as she knocks that one down. 18-11, still a 7-point advantage for the Pine City Dragons. Ball near side. Pagachnik goes to the high post into the hands of Rodberg. Rodberg gets it back, works right to the basket, misses the shot, and I think that Calling may have had a little bit of a piece of that, at least affected the way the shot was taken. Ball gets knocked out of bounds into the ball game for the Pine City Dragons. Chloe Lind and Ashley Fowler returns. When the ball got knocked out of bounds, it'll be Pine City basketball. They'll have possession of it now, working from right to left. Over to the near side on the wing for Steele. Up top it'll go for Fowler. Fowler off it'll go far side for Calling. Up for Lind. Now near side on the wing for Steele. Up top. Lou Wilson thought about a three. It's just a pump fake. Drives to the basket. Her shot is up and no good. And Rodberg is going to clear the rebound and start it back the other direction. Back it'll come for Pagachnik. Pagachnik right to the basket. Goes far side through the block. Missed the shot, but she is fouled. Foul's going to go against number 12, Meredith Calling. Just a second team foul. Third team foul for Pine City. Wilson, Calling, and Haas each with one as the free throws up and good. Pagachnik started out missing two of her first three shots. She got a layup and then missed the next 2 3 balls she took. Since then, she hasn't missed anything. 8 points to this juncture. 5 points for the rest of the team. All scored by Liz Fraze. Ball near side now, controlled by Wilson in the front court. Wilson, baseball pass across court over to the far side on the wing for Elena Steele. Dribbles to the free throw line, up for Fowler. Fowler will launch a deep three. That's going to be front iron, no good. Rebound comes down for Rodberg and quickly outlets ahead. That is something that I'm noticing immediately. They like to be able to get the ball up into the front court as quickly as they can. Pagachnik asks for it back, sets her feet, fires a three. No good as the long rebound comes all the way out, and it's going to end up in the hands of Parendo. A little miscommunication between Fowler and Lily Wilson. Ball comes back for Nyland, and she knocks down the triple. Parendo is the benefactor of just some miscommunication. Now it's a 2-point ball game. Ball skip pass out to the far side for Steele. Up top, Fowler. Over to the near side now for Wilson. Wilson dribbles to the high post, kicks it back out. Fowler wide open for three. It's going to be deep. Rebound's going to come down into the hands of Nyland, who's going to look to push. Already looking for an outlet all the way up court. Just dribbles it into the front court. Now hands off for Pagachnik. Pagachnik up top of the key. Works her way on Lind. Over to the far side. Fires up a shot. She's fouled. Lind's going to draw a foul. Lind, one of a pair of freshmen that gets significant playing time for this Pine City basketball squad. Chloe Lind and Sophie Lottie, very talented freshmen. Free throws up and good by Pagachnik. 3 for 3 at the line to this point as Lottie checks into the game, replacing Calling. Haas checks into the game, replacing Wilson. For Pine City, it's going to be Haas, Steele, Fowler, Lottie, and Lind as the second free throw is up and good. Fraze checks into the ball game, replacing Marnich. For Proctor, will be Marnich, Parendo, Fraze, Nyland, Pogachnik. Up top, Fowler holds on to it. Fowler over to the far side into the corner, goes for Lind. Quickly up top now for Haas. Haas gets to the free throw line, kicks it back up for Steele. Dribble drive going baseline. Skip pass over to the far side now for Lottie. Thought about a three, wasn't quite there. Ball taken away by Proctor. Back it'll come Nyland with the layup at the other end. Missed it. Rebound ends up in the hands of Ashley Fowler. Turnover nonetheless on Pine City, but they dodged a bullet on the missed layup by Morgan Nyland. Fowler will control it up top. Over to the near side, now into the hands of Steele. Tries to fire underneath, and she throws it right into the hands of an awaiting Liz Fraze. Back it'll come Nyland to the basket. Nyland up and under, able to get that one to go. And we got a tie ball game at 18, and Coach Haas is going to take himself a timeout. 5:19 to play. Correction, it was 18. Now it's 20-18 in favor of Proctor. 2-point lead for the Rails. We'll be back on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Parking lot potholes can keep your customers away. Ugly cracks in your driveway can bring down the value of your house. At Prefer Paving and Ready Mix, project size doesn't matter. Big or small, they pave it all. Prefer Paving and Ready Mix has delivered top quality blacktop asphalt paving for housing divisions, commercial developments, industrial parks, recreational projects, and city and county streets, as well as smaller projects such as residential driveways and parking lots. From quote to completion, rely on Prefer Paving and Ready Mix in Rush City.
Who welcomes change? Actually, we all do. We love it when the kids are done with diapers, and when the rash goes away, and when mom gets the new knee. That's the kind of new here as First Light changes its name. The new name is Wellia Health, as in welcome and wellness. And, well, what are you waiting for? Do stop by and check us out. Wellia Health, online at WELIAhealth.org. Live life well.
20-18, the lead for the visiting Proctor Rails here on a beautiful Sports Tuesday in Minnesota. A little bit of a chilly day out there. Temps have taken a little bit of a dip from the 30-degree temperatures yesterday. Pine City's going to hold on to it as they've gone a little bit cold from the field, trying to be able to get back on the board. They trail 20-18 after leading 18-11 at one point. Inside it comes Lottie. He's going to kick it back out over to the near side for Fowler. Skip pass over to the far side. Lind thought about a three. Dribble drive, kicks it back out. Three on the way. Lottie's going to knock that one down. And Sophie Lottie breaks that tide and makes it now a 21-20 lead for Pine City. Skip pass over to the near side for Nyland. Up to the wing, it'll go for Parendo. Parendo with it. 1-2-2 defense. Inside it goes, and Fraze is just sitting on that backside, trying to be able to feel out the defense, find that soft spot in the defense, and is able to get a couple of baskets on that backdoor feed. Fowler up top. Far side now into the hands of Steele. Steele surveys the defense, hands off for Lottie. Dribbles up to the free throw line, kicks it back out for Fowler. I think some of those drives are what has been there in the past for Pine City, and they're maybe getting a little impatient, not being able to get to the basket is when they used to. Lottie just knocked 1-3, tries to go for another one, can't get that one to go. Lind tapped the rebound away from Rodberg, but tapped it right into the hands of Fraze. And Fraze will start it back the other direction. Ahead it goes for Nyland. Misses a shot inside. Nyland couldn't get it to go. Fowler clears the board, and back it'll come now for the Pine City Dragons. Steele to the high post. Off it'll go for Haas. Haas dribble drive into the basket. Nobody picked her up, but she misses the lay-in when she got all the way there. And it's going to be rebound number 7 for Sam Pogachnik. Back it'll come Parendo. Out for Fraze for 3. Rattles in and out. No good. Long rebound tapped to herself by Rodberg. Up top it'll be controlled by Pogachnik. Looking for the screen and roll. Held off nicely by Lynn. Into the paint it goes for Parendo. Correction, Nyland. And Nyland with the bucket inside, and Proctor now pushes it out to a 24-21 lead. Steele up top into the hands of Lottie. Lottie ended up dropping it. Not really a way to be able to launch a three in that one. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. 24-21 is our score. Steele works over to the far side on the wing. Backs off now top of the key and resets the offense. Moves Haas from one side to the other. Lobs it backdoor. Going for Lottie. Lottie basket and a foul. One-point ball game, 24-23, as Sophie Lottie is going to go to the free throw line. Pogachnik picks up her second foul. Hallie Evans checks into the ball game for the Proctor Rails. Free throws up and no good. Frey able to clear the rebound on the Sophie Lottie miss. Ball on the far side to the basket. Too hard on the lay-in by Parendo. Rebound for Lottie, and she's fouled from behind. We mentioned the great rebounding ability by Pagachnik, but Lottie has 6 rebounds of her own. Foul is going to go against Rodberg. She'll come out of the ball game. She stays in the ball game. We had a substitution for Pine City instead, as Calling checks back into the ball game, replacing Steele. Wilson hands off up top for Haas. Gets to the free throw line. Little jumper in the lane. That's up and no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Parendo. Parendo will bring it back. Crossover, top of the key. Over to the near side now on the wing. Into the ball game. Evans is the one that controlled it. Gets a screen out for Rodberg. Rodberg up to the far side. Hands off up top into the hands of Nyland. Parendo being watched closely by McKenna Nelson. Ball up top for Rodberg. Rodberg to the paint. Blocked by Haas. Ellie Haas got that left paw out there and is able to knock that one away. Marnitz checks into the game, replacing Rodberg. Talked a little bit during the pregame of the senior leadership for this Proctor team. All 5 starters and their first person off the bench are all seniors. Those are your 6 seniors for this squad. But their JV beat the Pine City JV by about 40. So they are definitely a deep and solid ball club as far as the program goes. Marnitz near side on the wing is going to hand off into the hands of Parendo. Parendo works her way up to the wing, now to the top of the key. Hands off there for Fraze. 100 seconds left to go here in the first half. 24-23, Proctor leads by 1 to the basket, and Haas thought she got a clean block. Instead, it's going to be a foul called on Haas, and to the line will go Fraze. Haas will pick up her second foul. Fraze at the free throw line for a pair. Free throw number 1 is up and good. Second free throw set and short. Comes up off the front of the rim, rolls around and is missed. Rebound controlled by Calling. Back it'll come for Wilson. Across the paint. Try to get it to Lottie. It's going to be a turnover on the Dragons. Almost trapped in the backcourt was Fraze, but is able to get it ahead now for Parendo. Parendo top of the key. Looking for a screen. Goes to the far side. Tipped on the way through, and McKenna Nelson, I think, is going to get called for a foul, but I think the call initially was on a push, but she was a good foot away from her. I think the call is more for getting her on the arm more than anything, but nonetheless a foul. Free throws up and good by Sam Parendo. Her first points of the night. Steele checks back into the ball game. Replacing Nelson. Free throws up and no good. Rebound tapped around, and Marnitz is the benefactor. Marnitz comes away with the offensive board. Ball knocked away. It's going to be a turnover. Back it'll come. Over to the near side now for Lottie. Up top. Swinging around the perimeter. 3 on the way is no good, as Calling just had it roll off the front of the rim. Into the front court now, controlled by Evans. Evans almost had it pickpocketed by Lottie. Over to the far side on the block. Tries to go up top now for Parendo. Almost threw it away. Down to 30 seconds left to go in the first half. 3-point ball game in favor of Proctor, 26-23. Into the paint it goes Evans. Thought about it. Kicks it off instead for Marnitz. Inside for a layup by Fraze. That's up and no good, but an offensive board by Evans, who was on the backside just waiting. Able to put it back up and in. And now it's a 5-point lead with 7 seconds remaining. Inside it goes now for Haas. Haas, backdoor feed inside for Lottie. She's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line with 1.3. Foul's going to go on Fraze. That's her second. So you got Fraze with 2 and Pagachnik with 2. For Pine City, Ellie Haas is the only one with 2, so not really necessarily any foul trouble, but it is definitely something to look at. Ball thrown away by Wilson, threw it right into the hands of Rodberg, and that's going to be how the half ends, as it is a 28-23 lead for the Proctor Rails here at halftime in Pine City. We'll take a look at the first half stats and get you for the second half here from Pine City when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When Mora Chevrolet Buick says the deals are better here, they mean it. That's why they're offering Mora Chevrolet Buick's best price on a 2019 Buick Encore for just $24,570, or get 0% interest for 72 months on approved credit. Mora Chevrolet Buick is home to the Guaranteed Auto Finance program, and they have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in the area, so they will get you into your next new or pre-owned car or truck. See dealer for details. Mora Chevrolet Buick. The deals are better here.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings, with expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you looking for support for your struggling teen? Introduce them to Treehouse Sandstone. At Treehouse Sandstone, we are on a mission to end hopelessness among teens in Pine County. We provide a safe space for teens to make connections and to talk about what is really going on in their lives. Join us on a Tuesday or Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Treehouse in Sandstone. To learn more or to get a ride, contact us at 763-486-3297 or check out our website at treehousesandstone.org.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
Farming doesn't follow an 8-to-5 schedule. A slow week is 60 to 80 hours. My land, livestock, and family rely on me. That's why I bought farm insurance from Auto Owners Insurance, because every policy comes with a local agent. A real person who lives right in my community, who I can rely on to help keep my farm covered no matter what.
Visit Pine Insurance Agency located in the Northridge Center today.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
FM 100.9 WCMP is the Pine City Dance Team and entertains the fans here at halftime. 28-23 the score in favor of the Proctor Rails as they lead here during the break. A little bit of a surprise with some of the scores, the way some of the team totals have gone and some of the individual totals. Not only the 5-point lead, but again, Pine City did lead by as much as 8 in the first half. Proctor leading as much as 5 as they do right now. But it's going to be a tremendous second half and tremendous finish to this ball game. I got to think that Pine City does have a little bit of an edge in this ball game as they have played quite well in the first half. They just ended up missing a couple of shots and ended up having a couple of turnovers. The biggest thing I guess you could probably point out is the rebounding, that not only have they given up more rebounds, but more offensive boards. They're being out-rebounded now 24-17, including 7-3 on the offensive glass. Now, the thing about that is a lot of that is happening merely just because of some miscommunication or because of some box-out issues, just the way the ball bounces, and there's been a handful of second-chance points for the Proctor Rails, being able to get that put back and up and in as the ball just gets tapped around and ends up kind of haphazardly in the hands of a couple of people for the Proctor Rails. Some of the other team totals at halftime. At the free throw line, Proctor is 7-8 getting that job done. Pine City is 1 of 3 at the line. From downtown, that's really a little bit of a sticking point right now for the Pine City Dragons. Proctor is only 1 of 6, so they're not exactly driving back into the ball game because of it. However, Pine City is only 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. So that's something they're going to need to correct a little bit, not force as many shots, be able to get those open looks, shoot it if it's there, but make sure that it's there. You're not pushing it. There was a little bit during that first half that I felt that Pine City was getting a little impatient on offense and starting to force some shots that weren't quite there just because of the fact that they were being forced to run their offense through a little bit more than they normally do. A lot of times they get that cut from the near side wing to the free throw line and then right down the lane, and they're being cut off nicely by Proctor with good defense in some of those plays, and I think that that's causing some impatience on the Proctor, on the Pine City Dragons side of things. Just a kind of a random thought. Hopefully they can kind of shore that up and be able to get that talked about during the halftime break. Taking a look at your first half leaders in the game tonight. The Proctor Rails are led by Sam Pogachnik, 10.6 rebounds. Liz Fraze, 8.6 rebounds. 7 points and 2 rebounds for Morgan Nyland. Sam Parendo, 1 point on a free throw. And then 5 rebounds in the first half. Caitlin Marnich, only 1 rebound, so not exactly the force that we kind of thought she was going to be initially. 3 rebounds for Peyton Rodberg off the bench, and Hallie Evans, 2 points and 1 rebound. So not a ton of off-the-bench type of productivity, not a lot of depth for Proctor. Rodberg has played well, but I think that if you start running and you're able to get them into a track meet, you might be able to start getting into some of those conditioning lanes, start and be able to push some of that on the Proctor Rails. For the Pine City Dragons, they are paced in the first half by Ellie Haas, 8 points and 4 rebounds. Sophie Lottie, 5 points and 6 rebounds. Ashley Fowler, 3 points, 3 rebounds. Meredith Calling off the bench, 2 points and 3 rebounds. Elena Steele with 5 points. You mentioned the depth, or I did mention the depth a minute ago. McKenna Nelson and Chloe Lind have not scored in the first half, and then just 2 points for Meredith Calling off the bench. So not a lot of bench scoring for Pine City either, but I think that I would have to give the nod a little bit to Pine City for a little bit more depth generally, because the person that has not scored that we expect a pretty good game from has been Lily Wilson. She has 1 rebound. That's all she has, and she's one of the best players that Pine City's ever had. So we expect her to be a little bit more of a force in the second half, be able to knock down some shots and get on the board. Just about the second half time for the second half pass to be able to get things going. 28-23 is the lead for Proctor at halftime. We'll have the second half for you when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Here, we listen. We engage. Through every stage of life, we provide compassionate care closely tuned to your needs and concerns. From surgery and physical therapy to specialty care and emergency services, Essentia Health Sandstone provides expert, personalized care for the people of Pine County. Here, we take care of each other. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. Call 320-245-5600 or visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City is your local specialist for all your auto collision repair. Perry's fixes it right the first time. Perry's will take care of all your insurance claims, making it a worry-free experience. Perry's Auto Salon offers state-of-the-art equipment, a downdraft paint booth, expert color matching, computerized frame straightening, and detailing. Towing and rental cars are available, whether it's a little ding or a big bang. Go to the pros at Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City, and you'll be driving home their quality reputation.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Pine City. 28-23, the first half lead for the Proctor Rails as we get set for the second half of play. It will be Pine City basketball inbounding on the far sideline. 18 minutes up on the clock. Second half starters are going to be Fowler, Wilson, Steele, Lottie, and Haas for the Pine City Dragons. Lottie has it, high post, near side now. Haas, she'll launch away at three. That's going to be off the side of the rim, and Pine City starts 0 for 1 in the second half. Rebound comes down into the hands of Pogachnik, her first second half rebound. Ball handed off. Parendo is going to control it up top. Off it goes now for Pogachnik. A little bit of a stutter step, almost traveled with it. Off for Frey's far side on the wing. 30 seconds in here in the second half. Parendo controls it up top. Parendo surveys the defense. Knocked away from here momentarily by Steele. Steele also tries to poke check it again. Unable to get there. Parendo tried to push off a little bit, tried to get into the paint, but good job by Steele holding her off the edge, not letting her get that position. Fraze over to the far side. Pogachnik thought about a three, drives baseline, gets to the paint, missed the shot inside, and the rebound comes down into the hands of Ellie Haas. Good solid possession defensively there for Pine City. Off it'll go Steele. Steele knocks down a three. 8 points for Steele to this juncture of the game. A little more than a minute gone by. 2-point ball game, 28-26. Up to the wing it goes. Nyland off of the far side for Pogachnik. A little mid-range jumper. That's up and no good. Haas able to control the rebound and started back for the Pine City Dragons. Steele has it up top. Works over to the near side on the wing. Dribbles up top. Hands off for Fowler. Off to the far side now for Haas. Into the corner goes for Steele. Thought about it. Ends up not firing it away. Nice backdoor cut for Wilson. Kicks it back out. Steele thought about a three. Dribbles inside. Up off the window and it's up and good. Great job by Steele to be able to use the momentum of the defense. Wilson did a great job driving to the basket to draw the defense, and then Steele just using that momentum against them. Marnich, cross-court pass over to the near side. Pogachnik almost taken away by Lottie. Inside it goes instead. Nyland misses the shot. Rebound put in by Fraze. Wilson back with it now, drives inside, gets to the basket, and she's going to draw a foul. And that might be a little bit of a tactic by Coach Haas to try to not only, it's kind of a twofold plan there. Not only do you get Lily Wilson involved in the game and to the basket a little bit, but you also start to mount some of the fouls on some of the Proctor starters. As I mentioned, not a lot of foul trouble coming from the first half. First free throw rolls its way in and out, no good. So Wilson still scoreless here in the ball game. Second free throw, that one's going to be good, and finally Wilson is on the board. Parendo into the front court. Off for Pogachnik, near side on the wing, extended well away from the basket. Looking high post for Marnich, but not there. Skip pass over to the far side for Nyland. Into the corner for Parendo, dribbles up to the wing, almost had a double team in the corner. Near side Pogachnik, now over to the near side, into the corner goes for Nyland. Dribbles up to the wing. Bounce pass over for Parendo. High post now for Marnitz, looking for the backdoor feed. Good screen on the backdoor feed. Pagachnik can't convert on the three. Rebound comes out for Nyland, who misses, or Fraze who misses the shot. But it was a great possession by a Proctor. Morgan Nyland set a very good skip pass type of screen as Sophie Lottie turned around to get back on defense, and there was nowhere she could go. Proctor's going to come back with it now. Backdoor feed right to the basket. It'll go, and it's blocked by Fowler. I don't know if she got her on the body or what it was. The official says he got her on the arm. So Fowler picks up her second foul. Free throw up and no good. So a good foul. Nyland can't convert on the first foul shot. 14:59 to go here in the second half. It's a 1-point ball game. Back iron, no good, and Haas will clear the rebound. 0 for 2 at the line is Morgan Nyland. Shot is up, no good. Parendo ends up with the rebound. We'll start the other direction. Back it'll come Pagachnik right to the basket. Try to get a shot up, can't get it to go. Tapped around, it'll belong to Pine City. Wilson will start it up now. 14:40 to go here in the second half of the ball game. Wilson will control it up top, get the offense set. Over to the near side, now into the hands of Fowler. Lottie, lob pass goes inside now for Haas. Nice reverse pivot right to the basket. Has it roll off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Fraze. Fraze will bring it up offensively, right to the basket, now to the low block. Almost knocked away by Steele, ends up in the hands of Parendo. Parendo works her way to the basket. Layup is good, and Sam Parendo with her first bucket of the night, third point of the ball game. Steele starts the other direction. Can't get there. Off it goes now for Wilson. Up top, Fowler. Skip pass over to the near side. Haas is open for three. Back iron, no good, and the rebound down into the hands of Nyland. Fowler had a good look at it, but just couldn't quite get it to fall. Backdoor feed beautifully for Marnich on the other end. That's going to be a basket. And the lead now has grown for Proctor. Wilson, near side, wants to take that three, but realized it was not in the rhythm, and it was not part of the offense. Haas up to the wing. Up top now goes for Steele. Over to the far side for Lottie. Hands off for Wilson on the far side. Gets a screen from Fowler. Wilson into the paint. Little runner in the paint, and that's up and good. And we're starting to see some signs of life from Lily Wilson, 34-31. Back it'll come right to the basket and lots of contact. Nyland pretty much ran over Haas. I don't know what. There's about 4 different missed calls on that particular play as Nyland went right to the basket. Haas had her feet set. She pretty much ran her over. She lost the ball on the way and stepped on the baseline. The one official said she stepped on the baseline, but the other official decided it was still Proctor basketball. So somehow, some way, Proctor remains with the possession. Inside it goes. Fraze gets the basket and the foul. So if you believe the phrase of the ball never lies, in theory, that play did go in favor of Proctor and was called correctly. Free throws up and good on the and one. Back it'll come now for Steele. Steele near side on the wing, picked up her dribble. Up top now into the hands of Calling. Calling off for Wilson. Works her way over to the near side. Wanted to try to get her a three ball, but instead she tried to force it inside. She ends up committing the turnover, losing the basketball on the way through some traffic. Fraze will start it back the other direction. 6-point lead for Proctor. Hands off up top for Pagachnik. Steps back. I don't know how she hasn't shot that three. It was a beautiful step back there. Instead, passes off for Parendo. Parendo's going to back it off and reset the offense for the Rails. Crossover dribble. Ball over to the near side, looking for a screen from Fraze. Fraze backing down Haas. Haas, great job stepping in front and knocking that ball away. What a play by Ellie Haas. Haas back with it to the basket. Layup is good, and Ellie Haas making her presence felt here in the second half. 12-11 to play here in the ball game. 4-point lead for Proctor, 37-33. Inside it goes, and another steal by Haas. Haas will start it back the other direction, 3-on-2. Kick out for Lily Wilson for 3, and it's good. Lily Wilson, no points at halftime, has really started to come alive here in the second half. 1 point ball game. Ball inside, almost turned over. Fraze, backdoor feed goes off of the rim. It's going to be a turnover on Proctor. Quickly back the other direction. Wilson up in the air, can't get it to go. Rebound tapped around, and it's going to end up in the hands of Parendo. That was one of those where if the ball ended up with Pine City, it was just the way that the ball bounces, kind of the way Proctor was able to get a lot of those in the first half. But nonetheless, a great push by the Dragons to be able to get back to within 1, 37-36 with 11:27 to play here in the ball game. We'll be back on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Good news, it's home show season. Time to get inspired and make life in your home even better. Great news, you can get $200 off on the revolutionary Kinetico non-electric water treatment system from Aquarius Home Services, your local Kinetico dealer, without even going to the show. With Kinetico, all those rust stains will be gone. No more white scaling or hard water spots. Just sparkling fixtures, softer skin, and drinking water you can trust. The best water of your life all starts with a free water analysis. Visit KineticoMN.com. Aquarius and Kinetico. Brilliantly simple.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Pine City. Pine City Dragons have pushed their way back into this ball game. They trailed by as many as 7. They are within 1 at this point, 37-36. Proctor with the basketball. Parendo over to the near side on the wing. Dribbles her way to the low block. Kicks back out for Pagachnik. Pagachnik, dribble drive. Nice move by Pagachnik. She was able to get by steal, and there was nobody on the backside that picked her up. And it moves it back now to a 3-point lead, 39-36. 11 minutes to go. Steele hands off for Lily Wilson, who started to play much better here in the second half. She played well in the first half, just was not scoring at all, and now she's able to get on the board and starting to feel it a little bit more. Steele, trapped there for a second, is able to get it off for Wilson. Wilson into the paint, did a great job getting an opportunity, but her pass to Lottie, I don't think that Lottie was prepared for it. Went off of her hands and it touched that baseline. It'll be a turnover on the Dragons. Wilson's going to pick up Parendo at the half court. Over to the near side into the corner goes for Fraze. Fraze dribble drive down the baseline up top for Pagachnik. Now off for Parendo. It's almost a 1-3-1 now for the Pine City Dragons. Ball into the corner goes. That's where you trap right there. But instead they leave Pagachnik just one-on-one up to the wing now for Parendo. Skip pass over to the far side. Now into the hands of Nyland. Nyland down to the baseline for Parendo, or for Rodberg rather. Inside it goes, and Fraze able to get that one to roll over the rim. Just had enough spin on it to be able to get it to go over. 41-36, back to a 5-point advantage for Proctor. Ball handed off near side now for Lottie. Off it goes for Haas. Haas, skip pass over to the near side now for Steele. Steele up top for Lottie. Over for Wilson, far side on the wing. Into the corner goes Haas for 3. It's good. 1 of 2 in the second half is Ellie Haas from beyond the arc. Back to a 2-point ball game. Usually that 1-3-1, you see a lot more aggressive push to be able to get a trap in there. Inside it goes. Ball knocked away. Good job by Calling to be able to force that ball away out of the hands of Rodberg. Nice play into the front court. Basket in the foul as Lottie set herself up in beautiful position. Was able to keep the defender on her backside almost like you would if you were boxing somebody out. Wilson recognized it, drew the other defender, and then passed it across on a beautiful feed to get the and one. We're tied at 41. Lottie looking to be able to unbreak that tie. And Pine City leads for the first time since midway through the first half. Pine City takes the lead in a matchup of 2 top 10 teams here in Pine City. Ball into the corner now for Pagachnik. Pagachnik, cross-court skip pass, almost taken away by Haas, but Nyland able to come away with it. Inside it goes for Rodberg. Skip pass outside now for Pagachnik. Off for Fraze on the near side. Fraze backs it off. Into the paint it goes for Parendo. Blocked by Ellie Haas. What a job by Ellie Haas just stepping in there and swatting that one away. Inbounds comes for Rodberg. Turnaround jumper is up and no good off the rim. Rebound in the hands of Fraze, and now a rebound comes down into the hands of Calling, but Calling, in an attempt to try to be able to get it out of there, ends up throwing it away. Proctor, the number 3 team in the QRF. Pine City ranked at the number 19 team, but playing much better than that. I would assume if they were able to secure this win, they would rocket up those standings. Over to the near side it goes, and right to the basket, and Calling ends up getting called for the foul on Pagachnik, and Calling not super happy with the way that call went. Pagachnik nonetheless able to make the basket, and will go to the line for an and one. And can't get it to go, but the damage has been done as Proctor's able to retake the lead. Calling clears the board on the other end, and we'll start back the other direction for Pine City. Skip pass over to the near side now. Fowler thought about it, does not fire it away. Calling dribbles to the high post, kicks back out for Fowler. Over to the near side now for Steele. Steele surveys the defense. Up to the wing now for Calling, who had to go through her hands, took her eye off the ball for a minute, but is able to get it back. Nice move by Calling, but she had nowhere to go with it. She didn't drive to the basket quickly enough. Now bounce pass off for Fowler. Off it'll go for Wilson. Sets and fires open for 3. Can't get it to go, and the rebound down into the hands of Pagachnik, but a great job by Haas to just step in there and take that ball away. Correction, be able to get a jump ball. It's still going to belong to Proctor, but a great job by Haas as Pagachnik left that ball just sitting right out in front of her. And so she just said, well, I'll just go ahead and tie it up and be able to get the jump ball if nonetheless. 43-42 with 8:11 to play here in the ball game. We'll be back to Pine City on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley is your local food headquarters. They're here and ready to help you and your family put food on your table, only offering the best in fresh produce and the highest quality meats. They are a part of this community, so they care about you and your family and want to see you have the best possible grocery shopping experience. Don't forget about the Daggett's Deli. It's the perfect spot to pick up a quick hot meal. Make Daggett's Fresh Foods your place to shop for the highest quality grocery experience.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom along with Ethan Gilman bringing you tonight's ball game. 43-42, a 1-point ball game with 8:11 to play in the second half. Dragons trailing by just 1. Proctor with the basketball. Will be brought back by the rails into the front court. Marnich, skip pass over to the far side, now into the hands of Parendo. Into the corner for Pagachnik. Pagachnik, that's exactly what you want to do. In that 1-3-1, force Pagachnik to throw the ball off of one of the Dragon legs to be able to maintain possession. But you want to trap hard in that corner if you have that opportunity. Ball to the high post now for Rodberg. Rodberg to the basket. Has it knocked away by Haas, and Haas has been tremendous defensively here in the second half. Back it'll come. Turnover, and it's saved momentarily by Proctor, but Pine City is still going to maintain possession. Turnovers at halftime were 7-4. Pine City had more turnovers, which is not something that happens very often. But in the second half, it's 5-3 in favor of Proctor. Pine City shoring up just a little bit, also causing more turnovers on the defensive end. Wilson will inbound for the Dragons. Able to get it in for Steele. Far side on the wing extended. Gets a screen from Calling. Back over to the far side now for Haas. Haas watches the defense up top for Fowler. Over for Calling, near side now for Steele. Thought about a 3, pump fake, dribbles to the high post, kicks it back out for Calling. Good decision there by Steele just to slow it up, be able to get a good possession here. Up top now for Wilson. Thought about a drive, now does drive. Little floater. It hit the front rim, but it had enough momentum to creep over the top and fall into the basket. And Dragons retake the lead, 44-43. This one's going to come down to the wire, folks, and now we get a foul up at the perimeter. And Wilson's going to pick up another foul. Unless I need to be corrected, I believe that's going to be her second. Pagachnik to inbound. Into the corner it goes. Three is going to be on the way. That's going to be airballed. Steele's going to pick up the rebound and start it back the other direction quickly for the Dragons. Kicks it back out. Fowler over to the near side now. Haas thought about it, did not fire it. And Pine City's going to slow it up a little bit. Haas had it knocked away. It's going to be a turnover on the Dragons. Back it'll come. Taken away by Lily Wilson, and she's fouled. What a job by Lily Wilson in the backcourt. Hasn't been able to score quite as much as I'm sure she'd like to be able to have. So she just started to enforce her will on the defensive side. Foul's going to go against Nyland, her second. Into the corner it goes on the inbounds for Fowler. Up to the wing now. Held by Wilson. Wilson will start the offense now. 6.5 to play in the ball game. 44-43 in favor of the Pine City Dragons. Inside it goes. Haas working on that baseline. Goes for the up and under shot. Ball knocked out of bounds. I believe it's going to be last touched by Proctor. Basically just a blocked shot that goes out of bounds. And not the best shot that I think you're looking for, but nonetheless, good job by Haas to be able to get inside. Wilson inbounds deep into the backcourt, into the hands of Steele. Up top, Calling over to the far side now for Wilson. Wilson cut off nicely by Pagachnik. Fowler. Inside it goes for Calling. Calling working on Pagachnik. Has definitely some size, but had nowhere to go with it. Haas is going to launch a three, and Ellie Haas drills a triple. Ellie Haas pushing that lead out now to 4 for the Pine City Dragons. Pagachnik near side. Up top. Backdoor feed is going to go now for Rodberg. Works her way baseline, puts a shot up, misses it, gets it back herself. Another missed shot, and Steele, the littlest girl on the court, is able to come away with the rebound. Back it'll come over to the near side. Haas sets, fires, hits! Ellie Haas with a handful of baskets, including a couple of great defensive plays. Definitely making her presence felt here in this second half. 50-43, Pine City ties their biggest lead of 7. 5:41 to go here in the ball game. We'll be back on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Parking lot potholes can keep your customers away. Ugly cracks in your driveway can bring down the value of your house. At Prefer Paving and Ready Mix, project size doesn't matter. Big or small, they pave it all. Prefer Paving and Ready Mix has delivered top quality blacktop asphalt paving for housing divisions, commercial developments, industrial parks, recreational projects, and city and county streets, as well as smaller projects such as residential driveways and parking lots. From quote to completion, rely on Prefer Paving and Ready Mix in Rush City.
Who welcomes change? Actually, we all do. We love it when the kids are done with diapers, and when the rash goes away, and when mom gets the new knee. That's the kind of new here as First Light changes its name. The new name is Wellia Health, as in welcome and wellness. And, well, what are you waiting for? Do stop by and check us out. Wellia Health. Online at WELIAhealth.org. Live life well.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Pine City. Tremendous ball game here for your Sports Tuesday in the AA bracket. It's a 7-point advantage and a foul called on Haas. I think it's because she got so far around the edge, but it looked pretty close to a jump ball. Haas is going to pick up the foul. For Haas, that will be her second. Thought she had 3 for a moment, but on the board it's going to be just 2. Ball over to the far side. Pagachnik has it knocked away by Steele. Steele is so good and so quick with those hands, and if you look away to be able to survey the defense and you just got the ball hanging out there, she's going to slap at it and she's going to knock it away. She's a tremendous defender. Good rebounder in her own right. Good job by Wilson knocking the ball away, and Wilson could have just caught that ball. Instead, she volleyball spikes it into the crowd. Trying to be able to get the ball back to one of her teammates, as she thought it was going to be a jump ball with Parendo. Proctor will maintain possession. 5:16 to go. Inbound knocked away by Fowler. It'll still belong to Proctor. Try to recruit her for my volleyball team, maybe. Inside it goes now for Fraze. Fraze goes for the reverse layup, and Fraze tries to use the baseline, able to get it to go. Cuts that lead now down to 5. Back it'll come for Steele. Steele into the corner for Fowler on the far side. Fowler up top now for Calling. Over to the near side, Haas, able to hold it off from Fraze. Or for Steele, thought about a 3. Up top now for Wilson. Wilson steps up to the free throw line. Back iron, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Fowler. Calling into the paint. Over to the near side, Haas for 3. Can't get it to go. And another offensive rebound. This one comes down for Steele. Ball all over the place. Fraze is going to pick up her 3rd foul. Lottie's going to check into the game for Calling. Pine City's going to maintain possession. A little more than 4.5 to go in this ball game. 50-45 in favor of Pine City. Still want to be aggressive. It's not quite time to start trying to shut it down and be slow with it, as it's still just a 5-point lead. Still 2 possessions, but a lot of time left on the clock. Into the corner goes Steele. Pump fake, dribbles baseline, kicks it back out. Wide open for 3 is Lottie. Can't get it to go, but a rebound comes down for Wilson. Out for Steele for 3. She can't get that one to go. Rebound comes down into the hands of Haas. Hard dribble, and Haas pounds her way to the basket to get it to go. That was a solid power dribble by Haas, who was not going to be denied. Ball kicked out to the near side for Parendo, and Parendo can't get it to go. It's going to go over the top of the backboard. Out of bounds. It'll belong to Pine City, leading by 7 with 3:55. And again, we don't expect this to maintain this way, but Pine City's got to still maintain their aggressiveness. 3:45 to go. Near side now goes for Wilson. Up top, into the hands of Fowler. Off for Steele. Up top for Lottie. Far side into the corner it'll go. Inside for Fowler. Now up top for Wilson. Wilson wanted to go towards the basket. A little bit of a bump there by Nyland. Not a lot, but enough to be able to draw the foul. That's going to be her 3rd with 3:33 to go. But we are starting to near free throw stage of this ball game. Still 3.5 to go. And it'll come now for Steele. Steele takes the inbounds pass. Works her way left side. Hands off now for Lottie. Lottie, power dribble to the basket, and Sophie Lottie right to the bucket is able to get it to go. And for Lottie, that is 10 points for her. Mentioned during the pregame that they're going to need a good game from players like Lottie, Coling. And Lottie has come to play, as well as Elena Steele. Inside it goes. Rodberg misses the shot. Haas with the rebound. She'll start it back now for the Dragons. Ahead it comes for Wilson. Quickly inside. Lottie got behind the defense, and another bucket. 12 points for Sophie Lottie, the young freshman, putting her stamp on this game. Pagachnik, ball fake right to the basket, and Pagachnik is able to stem the momentum just a little bit. Then she steals it and gets another one. Back-to-back very quick possessions for Proctor, and it's back to a 7-point lead. Pine City momentarily had a double-digit advantage, but with a couple of steals, or a nice bucket and a steal by Pagachnik, goes the other direction. Now ball inside. It's going to be a foul again on Nyland. Correction, the foul is going to be on Pagachnik. I thought it was on Nyland. I seen the 15 by the official, but it's going to be on Pagachnik. That's her 3rd. Sophie Lottie well extended away from the basket. Back at the timeline, is just going to hold on to it. Off it goes now for Steele. Steele dribbles far side. She gets wide open to the basket, and instead of getting a left-handed layup, she feeds it across the lane for an easy lay-in for Ellie Haas. What an unselfish play. Great job by Steele. 3 on the way for Pagachnik. That's going to be back iron and deep. No good. Fraze with the offensive board. Inside it goes. Pagachnik, another left-handed shot on the turnaround. She can't get that one to go, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line. We're down to under 2 minutes to play in this ball game. Pine City leading by 9. Foul is going to go against Lily Wilson, her 3rd. But with minute 56 to go, nobody really in any type of foul trouble at all. Free throw is going to be up and no good, and that's a critical miss for Pagachnik, who has been solid at the line. She was 4 of 4 in the first half, but she is 0 of 2 from the line in the second half. Flowers going to check out of the game, replaced by Meredith Calling. Calling has been very good and very solid tonight. Not a superstar type of numbers, but she has been very good tonight. En route to 2 points and 5 rebounds, but some great defensive plays along with Ellie Haas. Timeout taken by Coach Solberg and the Proctor Rails. With under 2 minutes to play, 58-40 is our score. Pine City with the basketball when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom-Monhan here at Pine City. Is Pine City hoping to be able to win this top 10 matchup between these two squads? Huge game tonight. And then, of course, looming at the end of the season is going to be Sauk Center, who's the top team in the section, and altogether a preview of the section championship game. That's a definite possibility depending on how the brackets all shake out. Pine City, only the one blemish on the season, a loss to Hutchinson about halfway through the season at the Granite City Classic. Hoping to be able to stem this push by Proctor to get back into this ball game and be able to hold on to win. Full court press being put on now by Proctor. Inside it goes now. Lottie, good job by Lottie being able to break that press. Ahead it comes now for Calling. Double team comes. Cross court feed over to the Steele on the near side. We're down to 100 seconds to go in this ball game. Steele's going to try to dribble what she can out. Off it goes now for Wilson. Skip pass over to the near side for Haas. Haas dribbles through, trying to foul her is Fraze. Haas dribbles away from a couple. Now she's trapped back at the timeline. Wait for Haas, see if he takes a timeout. Instead, it's going to be a turnover on the Dragons. Ball thrown away, taken away by Rodberg. Minute 20 to go. Back it'll come for Pagachnik, trailing by 8. Pagachnik kicks off for Fraze for 3. Back iron, no good, and Calling with a tremendous rebound and the kick out for Wilson. What a job by Meredith Calling, not only to be able to clear the board, but be able to get it away before she lost her footing. What a good job by her. 1-and-1 time now at the other end as Wilson will go to the line. Wilson didn't have a clear run out on it, but still able to push that tempo and get into the front court. Foul is going to go against Parendo, just her first, as the free throw's up and good. That's a huge free throw for Lily Wilson. Minute 8 to go, a 9-point lead. This would make it a 4-possession ball game. Front iron, no good, and the rebound's going to come down into the hands of Liz Fraze, who has had a great second half. 6 rebounds, including 4 of them on the offensive glass. Baseline drive and a missed shot inside by Nyland. Calling with another rebound. Wilson has it knocked away by Fraze. That's a critical miss, and Proctor has missed some big shots inside. They have had their opportunities, but Pine City has held strong and been able to hold on at least to this point. Into the ball game is going to be Evans. She's going to replace Nyland with 49 seconds to go here in the ball game. Inbounds comes now for Haas. Top of the key extended away from the basket, and she's going to be fouled by Fraze. For Fraze, that'll be 4 on her. Just a few seconds came off the clock. Into the ball game is going to be Nyland, replacing Evans. And for Nyland and Evans, I think that's just a matter of fouls. Evans has more fouls to give because Evans doesn't have any. Free throws up and good. Allie Haas looking to be able to go 2 for 2. Has made the first, missed the second, but she has a solid night going. 17 points in the second half alone. 3 on the way is up and no good. Steele with the rebound on the Pagachnik miss. And back it'll come for Steele on the far side. Trying to dribble out the clock, has it knocked away from her, but it'll still be Pine City basketball. 10-point ball game. Pine City maintains possession, 60-50. It's a 4-possession ball game. Inbounds comes, trying to get it for Haas, knocked away by Fraze. Inbounds now for Lottie. Lottie's going to stay away from the basket. Close to a 5-second call. Ends up getting it off into the hands of Wilson. Somehow dribbled it across for Lottie. Wilson just almost tried to just drop it off for Lottie and ended up tipping off of a couple of fingertips. Lottie ends up getting fouled on the play. She'll go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. Pine City's going to clear out everybody. They're just going to go ahead and go back on defense. They don't want to get beat to the other end of the court. They have no interest in that at all. At the line, Lottie able to convert the first. That's a huge free throw. The second one would obviously be good, but be able to get that second free throw without giving up that possession, that's big time there for the freshman Sophie Lottie. 20 seconds to go. Second free throw. That's up and good as well. And I don't want to say it's over, but a 12-point lead with 20 seconds left to go is an awfully tough ask for any ball club. Parendo trying to get a spot, goes to the basket, misses the land. Lottie's going to clear the board. Wilson will get it into the front court, and that's going to do it. Now with 4 seconds left to go, I thought they were just going to run out the clock, but instead, ball gets thrown away. It'll be one more turnover for the Pine City Dragons, and that will be it. Fraze will fire it into the front court. One more shot at the horn. That's up and no good. 62-50 in favor of the Pine City Dragons as they get a solid top 10 come-from-behind win over the top of the Proctor Rails. Stick with us during the postgame. We're going to wrap up the stats and information and get you set for what's coming up next on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. Well, you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getThere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When Mora Chevrolet Buick says the deals are better here, they mean it. That's why they're offering Mora Chevrolet Buick's best price on a 2019 Buick Encore for just $24,570, or get 0% interest for 72 months on approved credit. Mora Chevrolet Buick is home to the Guaranteed Auto Finance program, and they have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in the area, so they will get you into your next new or pre-owned car or truck. See dealer for details. Mora Chevrolet Buick. The deals are better here.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings, with expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you looking for support for your struggling teen? Introduce them to Treehouse Sandstone. At Treehouse Sandstone, we are on a mission to end hopelessness among teens in Pine County. We provide a safe space for teens to make connections and to talk about what is really going on in their lives. Join us on a Tuesday or Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Treehouse in Sandstone. To learn more or to get a ride, contact us at 763-486-3297 or check out our website at treehousesandstone.org.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
Farming doesn't follow an 8 to 5 schedule. A slow week is 60 to 80 hours. My land, livestock, and family rely on me. That's why I bought farm insurance from Auto Owners Insurance, because every policy comes with a local agent. A real person who lives right in my community, who I can rely on to help keep my farm covered no matter what.
Visit Pine Insurance Agency located in the Northridge Center today.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom on hand back here in Pine City as we work our way through the post game here on the broadcast. 62-50, the big-time Dragon win over the top of the Proctor Rails, as some pictures being taken by the entire squad down there, holding up the number ones for the entire team. A great picture and a great moment there for the Pine City basketball squad. What a great game it was tonight, as at halftime it was 28-23 in favor of Proctor. Pine City battled back, got a couple of really big shots, especially by Ellie Haas, got a couple of nice defensive plays by Haas. Lily Wilson was able to start coming alive, and of course Meredith Calling had a really good ball game and a great second half, including a critical rebound on a missed shot in the second half that she was able to secure away from somebody as she was falling down and still get the outlet pass onto the hands of Wilson, which was a huge possession there, as it was looking like Proctor was going to maybe push their way back into this ball game, but there was nothing that could be done when you got some of those girls pushing to be able to win a ball game like this, and a great job by Calling, being able to secure that rebound and play very well throughout the course of the game tonight. And we talked a little bit about the fact that we were going to need some production by some of those type of players, Calling and Lottie especially, and boy did we ever get production out of them. The second half especially for Sophie Lottie, she ended up with 9 points and a rebound in the second half alone. A great night for the young freshman there. Taking a look at our leading scorers for the ball game. For the Proctor Rails, they are paced by Sam Pagachnik, 19 points, 8 rebounds. Liz Fraze, what a game for Liz Fraze for Proctor. She finished with 17 points and 12 rebounds. What a game for her. 7 points, 3 rebounds for Morgan Nyland, 3 points and 7 rebounds for Sam Parendo, 2 points and a rebound for Caitlin Marnich, who never really came alive to the point that we thought she was going to throughout the first half. 4 rebounds for Peyton Rodberg off the bench, and then 2 points and a rebound for Haley Evans off the bench as well. For the Pine City Dragons, they were paced in the ball game by Ellie Haas, who was absolutely fantastic in the second half, knocking down 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, including 3 straight at one point. She finishes with 16 points in the second half, 24 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double for Ellie Haas in the ball game for the rest of the night. 10 points, 4 rebounds for Elena Steele, 9 points and 2 rebounds, almost all of that coming in the second half for Lily Wilson. And when's the last time you had a game that the Pine City Dragons won against a top 10 squad where Lily Wilson does not have double figures. That's what we were talking about during the ball game, at least during the pregame, that they were going to need production from some other people. Proctor did a good job keeping her off the board. She did not score in the first half, but she was able to get a couple of points in the second half and finishes with 9 points and 2 rebounds. Colling finishes with 2 points and 7 rebounds on the night. Fowler, 3 points and 4 rebounds. Sophie Lottie, as I mentioned, great night for her. She finishes with 14 points and 7 rebounds. A big night for her. Pine City outscores Proctor in the second half, 39-22, in the come-from-behind victory. They trailed by as many as 8. They led by as many as 12, which was the final score, 62-50. The rebounding edge we mentioned at halftime was 24-17 in favor of Proctor. They were going to have to do a better job rebounding in the second half. They definitely did. They won the second half total 17-12. They cut the Proctor rebounds in half. Not only did they do that, but they also limited the offensive boards. Only 5 offensive boards for Proctor, 4 offensive boards for Pine City. Game total of 36-34. Proctor did have 2 more rebounds overall, mostly from the second half. Offensive glass 12-7 in favor of Proctor, again, mostly from the first half of action. Turnover margin in the second half, 7-6, pretty close for the two ball clubs for the ball game. Pine City with 14 turnovers, Proctor with 10 turnovers, but Pine City did a lot more with the turnovers that they were able to get in the second half to be able to come away with this victory. At the free throw line, Pine City 6 of 9 in the second half, 7 of 12 for the game. Proctor 2 of 6 in the second half. Really struggled at the line after only missing 1 in the first half. They finished 9 of 14 at the charity stripe. From downtown Pine City, we said that they were going to have to get better shots in rhythm, be able to knock down some of those threes, as they were only 3 of 12 at halftime. They ended up being 5 of 9 in the second half. That's a pretty good night from beyond the arc. They finished 8 of 21 for the ball game. 0 of 6 in the second half was Proctor. They missed a couple of really big threes. They missed a couple of really big shots inside. They finished 1 of 12 from beyond the arc. With the loss, the Proctor Rails fall to 20-3 in the ball game. Their next matchup will be on Friday at Hermantown. With the victory, the Pine City Dragons improved to 21-1, remaining 11-0 in conference play. Their next matchup will be a conference game home against Onamia on Thursday. Our next matchup is going to be on Thursday as well, but it's going to be Hinckley Finlayson at Bram Girls Basketball. We hope you can join us for that ball game, as we're looking forward to be able to bring what should be a pretty good matchup between the Jaguars and the Bombers from Bram on Thursday night. 62-50 is your final score as Pine City is able to secure the victory. I want to thank Ethan for joining me out here at the ballpark. I want to thank all of our sponsors for jumping on board, not only tonight's game, but all of our games throughout the course of the year. I want to thank you, our audience, for joining us for a 62-50 victory for the Pine City Dragons. My name is Andy Beckstrom, and until next time for WCMP Sports, have a good night, everybody.